It's really nice to have all the Friends community here. I know Angela wants to say a few words as well.
Yeah.
And then we'll have some group pictures as well. So
the bridge was the essential link across between the formal garden and the woodland. I've been taking guided walks around here for 15 years, and I used to like to tell a story here that we heard from Geoffrey Smith when he came to speak to us at one of our AGMs. He had just finished the bridge, and he saw a group of ladies who he said were WI ladies who clearly enjoyed their cooking. He was a bit of a cheeky man. Ladies, will you stand on the bridge for me? Yes, Geoffrey. Will you jump up and down for me? Yes, Geoffrey. Thank you, it will last a lifetime. And the bridge did actually last its 70 years and 10, which is a lifetime. But it was beginning to need some very serious TLC, it was beginning to get worn. And I'm delighted that from the money that Friends have raised, we could actually donate £10,000 towards the cost of replacing the old Geoffrey Smith bridge with this beautiful new bridge. It also incorporates the Geoffrey Smith stone, which again Friends of Harlow Carr paid for. And I'm delighted to be able to open it today and to call it the Friendship Bridge as a symbol of the work that the Friends have done over 15-20 years. Thank you.
thank you. What these work?
Yes, they do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just have to say, when they rebuilt the bridge, the actual structure underneath was still in a sound condition. So the actual structure itself underneath this is still the Geoffrey Smith bridge, and it was sort of built from those foundations. So a great way to keep this going for a few more years.
Yeah.
So. The bridge is a historic part of the garden because in Geoffrey Smith's time it formed really the spine of the garden, the view from the woodlands to the main entrance. And it was done a long while ago. It needed a refurb, so we got our team of local craftsmen in who've done some work with us before. So got a design done, got approved by the Friends of Harlow Carr, and got the stonemasons in and the master crafts people to actually rebuild the bridge in a new way, an exciting way, hopefully. The bridge was a bridge, it was a crossing point, but we are surrounded by creative people who can do a lot more than stone than perhaps was previously possible. So we got a designer in to actually design something that is creative as well as structural, and that mix between that creative aspect of dry stone walling and the structural side has made something that is a landscape feature. So it really adds something to the stream side, and we can then plant around it and use our planting skills to complement that hard landscaping. The water, when the water flows through the beck, it can be really strong, and we were surprised because over the years I thought there'd be more, it'd need more completely rebuilding, but the actual structure of the archway itself was as Geoffrey Smith and his team did 40 years ago. So we used that and then built from that point then and put the creative new structure on top of it. The funding from this has come from the Friends of Harlow Carr. So the Friends fundraise for garden projects, and over the years they've raised thousands of pounds, and we have a discussion with them over what that money should be spent on. They were very keen because they'd spent money on the Geoffrey Smith memorial stone anyway to work with us on the bridge. So through the funding from them, we were able to put this in place. Cool. Yeah.
We'll do one. Pity I could just do with a bit more height. In the pole. Let's have a little look. Let me just see if I can just hold it up and try and get one. Okay, so let's have a little look. Do you still wear your glasses all the time, or can you just take them off because they're going to go dark? Are you okay just to do that? That's it, and you can. We're going to do okay. Okay, let me just see if I can try and get some height. Okay. Good. Looking, that's fine, lovely. Just try and get some height on this if I can. I do, I should have had it on a pole, shouldn't I?
I'm one of the original members of the committee when Friends of Harlow Carr was first started. It was set up after when the RHS came here in 2001. We started the Friends of Harlow Carr a couple of years later, which was mainly initially people who'd been members of the garden before the RHS came. So I've been on the committee since it started. We actually make our money largely, well, we were making the money by, when we had events, we always make sure that they had a profit. So we used to have garden visits, we used to have tours around the garden, we used to go on a holiday once every couple of years. But then we decided that we'd always done guided walks before the RHS. We persuaded them we would like to do guided walks again. And I've actually organised them for the last 15 years. And been one of the guides for the last 15 years. And that was where we've actually started to make our money, because we charge people, initially it was £1, then it went up to £1.50, then it's now £3. And this is for coach parties, people who just turn up, who want to go for a walk around the garden. And we must have raised over £30,000 doing that. I eventually persuaded them to find somebody else to organise it, because I'm getting old as well. So, and I assume that's why they've asked me to do this job today, because, as I say, I have raised £30,000 for the garden over the years. £10,000 has been paid for this bridge today, towards the £20,000 cost. That was £3,000 was the Geoffrey Smith zone. We've also paid for sort of lots of, the thing is, if you go to the RHS garden, the money you pay to the RHS could be spent anywhere in the country. Whereas the situation we have here is, because of what we've done, if the curator says, I need some money, we can give him some. And that is basically what we've been able to do. So we've been able to give him some money if he's needed money for anything, any particular project. I'm trying to think of any other projects we've done, but certainly we've paid for quite a lot of planting at various stages over the years. We've bought, they've restored work on the stone on the rock garden, and we paid for two very big trees that were, expensive. But so it means that we can. They've been able to do things that perhaps the RHS weren't really essential, and we've been able to do that by giving them the money. Yes, I do like the bridge actually. I think it. I say my only complaint is when I get guided walks, it was low as the Geoffrey Smith one, and people, if they were tired, could sit and rest on it. But no, I think it's beautiful actually. He's very clever. He's the guy who does the designs. He unfortunately can't come because of COVID regulations, but it is a beautiful bridge he's made, and it's and it will be here for a long time. And I feel quite privileged to have been able to do the job.
That's a nice. I was just going to mess around and just get a few more pictures for another 5-10 minutes.